The assessor is an elected official in Clark County, and your new assessor, Michele Shafe, is legally responsible to list, discover, and value all property in Clark County. And today we're joined by your Clark County assessor, Michele Shafe. Michele, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Randy.
Michele, you've been with the county for a lot more than 20 years, the last 15 in the assessor's office. What have been some of the biggest changes you've seen in the assessor's office in the past 15 years?
Well, we've had the tremendous growth in the valley. When I first started in the office, I believe we had about 400,000 parcels to appraise, and now we're over 732,000 parcels. So that's been quite a challenge for us.
And how about you personally, as stepping up from being the assistant assessor now as the elected Clark County assessor? Congratulations as of last November. How has that changed the functions of what your responsibilities are?
Well, I'm responsible for the whole office now, and it was good I had the experience in the office as an assistant director and over the 4 divisions that we have in the office. And that's really helped me as the assessor understand what our office does, what our legal responsibilities are, and our mission to serve the public in the best way that we can.
Break that down a little bit. As it says, your mission statement, the assessor's office performs accurate and equitable assessment functions to the public.
Yes, well, we appraise all property in the county, and we appraise every year. So in the conditions that we have now, where the values on a lot of homes are falling, we do take that into consideration when we look at the values of the properties every year. We also have 3 other divisions in addition to appraisal. We have administration, we have our customer service division, which answers the telephones and works the front counter, takes in personal property payments, and also deals with the personal exemptions that are available. And we also have our parcel data systems division, which does the mapping for the county and assigns new parcel numbers when new parcels are created. So we do a lot more than just appraisal, but appraisal is about half of the office.
Sure. Michele, obviously now in February and March, we'll be seeing a lot of you and your staff, or I guess primarily your staff, and the Board of Equalization right here on Channel 4. Tell me a little bit about what these Board of Equalization hearings are for homeowners to appeal their assessed values.
Well, the Clark County Board of Equalization is the first step for the homeowners who disagree with the value that the assessors placed on their property. And we have, I believe it was 22 hearings scheduled this year. They started last Friday at the end of January, and then they're going to go through mid-March. And the property owner shows up before the board. They're noticed of their hearing date and time, and they show up before the board. And the process goes where they are asked first about their property and what they feel the value is, and then the assessor's office is given a chance to explain the property and the value that we have on it and why. And then from there, the County Board of Equalization can ask questions of both the assessor's office and the appellant.
Who makes up the Board of Equalization?
The Equalization Board is appointed by the Clark County Commissioners, and it is a board of private sector professionals. Most of them on the board are appraisers, private appraisers, and they're very knowledgeable about the community and the trends that are going on in the community as far as the values of property.
Talk a little bit about the numbers, Michele. Obviously, this year in the economy, the slumping economy and property values, I'm sure, are getting more people to come and appeal their assessments, I presume?
Yeah, we had a slight increase from last year. We're just over 10,000 appeals this year.
But as you say, that's out of 732,000 assessed properties. So that really is actually still a very small number of appeals.
Yes, yes it is.
And if somebody's watching this now, obviously it's too late this year to do this. Maybe kind of walk us backwards through the process. How a person, if they want to assess their have their assessed value of their house appealed next year, talk a little bit about the time frames and the guidelines.
Well, first we send out a notice of value card by mid-December, and that gives the new value to the property owner that we have proposed for the upcoming fiscal year. And then they have until January 15th to appeal that value if they feel that it exceeds the market value. If they feel that it's showing a higher value than what they could sell their property for. And after they contact us and appeal the value, we'll take a look at, their subdivision or neighborhood or wherever the property is located. And if they can bring us some evidence of information that maybe we didn't have, or maybe it was a recent sale that we didn't have, then we can take a look at that, and a lot of times we can offer a recommended reduced amount to them. And if they agree with that reduced amount, then what we do is put that on an agenda item that goes before the County Board of Equalization for approval. And so a lot of the appeals that we get end up going that way. We take a look and there was a sale that we didn't know about or some other information that we didn't have. And so we're able to come up with a recommendation on behalf of the taxpayer and take that before the County Board of Equalization.
This entire process is huge. I mean, this is an integral and just an enormous part of Clark County's annual budget, I presume?
Yeah, property taxes used to be the second highest revenue for the county, and now it's looking more like the first highest revenue. The highest revenue used to be sales tax, and that has fallen also. So property tax is very important to the county, especially all of the services that are funded through the general fund.
Michele, also as we head into February and the legislative session is getting into session in Carson City, I know the assessor's office has a number of programs, and one that I know you're watching that you're particularly concerned is the legislative funded senior tax assistance program. Tell me a little bit about the status of that program.
Well, the program is very important to low-income seniors, and a lot of them depend on the rebate that they receive from the state every year. And the rebates range anywhere from $50 up to $500 depending on their level of income. And we received notice last week that the current proposed budget by the governor does not include the funding of this program. So the division that handles this program, Division of Aging Services, has let us know that they will not be sending us any applications for the 2011 year because they want to wait to see if the legislature decides to fund this program. And if they do, and the program is funded, they will then send us the application sometime in July.
What type of dollars are we talking about here, and what does this mean to the individual, to someone that could fit into the parameters of this program?
Well, for the low-income seniors, we're talking about total household income of $29,000 or less. A lot of them that are down around the poverty level, $500 is a lot of money to them. And overall, the program statewide, I think, costs about $5 million.
So what if you had your druthers, or if you could lobby these legislators, what would you suggest for them to do, and or what should a senior that could fit into this category, what can they do at this point?
Well, I would advise the seniors that would be affected by this to contact their legislators and let them know how important this program is to them and how important that rebate check is to them.
So just lobby their individual legislators then?
Yes, they need to let them know, because if no one says anything, then everyone will assume, oh, well, must not have been that important.
Michele, I know the assessor's office has always been on the front end of on the cutting edge, I should say, of technology. You're always trying to make things easier for anybody here in Clark County. You've the electronic payments for personal property taxes. Mm-hmm. I assume this is a good thing for everyone, gets people out of line and gets them online, and is got to be a time saving and convenience factor for everybody. Talk a little bit about that program.
Yes, we have a program where we can do the electronic debits from accounts for personal property taxes, and that eliminates the need to send in a check or come in person and pay. So that's been very helpful. We're also right now researching the possibility of being able to accept credit and debit cards at the counter. And I know the county is looking at some kind of a vendor that more departments can use countywide to keep the fee associated with that as low as possible.
You deal one-on-one with so many customers. I know the Q-Matic has been, I believe you've won awards. You partner with the Clark County Recorder's Office on that. Mm-hmm. As when people do come to your office, you want to expedite them and get them to take care of their business as quickly and as smoothly as possible, right? Right,
that's correct, and it especially helps us during our really busy times of when personal property tax payments are due, and also it helped us last month with the appeals, when we'd have a bunch of people coming in for that. it kept everything orderly, and everyone knew they were going to be served, and no one was going to cut in line in front of them, so it worked out really well.
So the bottom line is this, of course, that you're just trying to make these, any functions that anybody has to deal with through the assessor's office as seamless and as simple as possible.
Right, that's our goal, to make things easy, and we're still one of the only county departments that you can call our main number, and the phone is answered by a person, not a computer.